Another day of football in the ongoing 2026 FIFA World Cup being hosted by Canada, United States, and Mexico. And the first game for today will be Qatar facing Switzerland. Switzerland have crashed out of the last three World Cups in the round of 16. They've crashed out in the round of 16 and they will be hoping to make it out of the group as usual, like the for the very fourth time, like consecutive fourth time to make it out of the group stage of the World Cup. And they will be facing Qatar in their first game today by 8 p.m. Qatar, you could remember, they hosted the last World Cup and they lost the three group games they played last 4 years in 2022, and they qualified automatically for that particular Mundial. But for this particular World Cup, they defeated UAE to qualify for this particular World Cup in their final qualification process. They defeated UAE and they are now here. They qualified in the normal qualification process for the very first time, and they'll be facing Switzerland. And for Switzerland, they have players like Granit Xhaka, who had a great season with Sunderland. We have Embolo. Embolo has great season in France with Said Rennes, and we have also Akoji Manuel. Akoji had a great season with Inter Milan. These are players that in the year of Nottingham Forest, these are players that would turn out for Switzerland at the end of the day. Then the big one is the Brazil versus Morocco game. You know this is going to be a big one because Morocco got in the final of the AFCON, the last AFCON. There were irregularities with everything. We don't know if it's for Senegal. We don't know if it's for Morocco. They are still fighting that one with CAS. So for Morocco, it's all about their performance in the last World Cup. In the last World Cup, they surprised everyone. They made it out of the group stage. Round of 16, they defeated Spain on penalties. They defeated Portugal. That goal, Nesri scored that goal against Portugal, Cristiano Ronaldo's Portugal. They defeated Portugal in the quarterfinals, and in the semi-final, they lost to France. Definitely, they lost to France. France got into the final, and also they lost to Croatia in the third place game, and that placed them fourth in the last World Cup. But they really surprised a whole lot of people in that particular World Cup, especially beating two big European teams, and they leveled up to France but could not match up. And for Morocco, they'll be expecting much from them based on the caliber of players that they have. Bono is playing in Al Hilal of Saudi Arabia. We have the lot of Hakimi, who just won the Champions League with PSG a couple of weeks ago, and we have Brahim Diaz, who is with Spanish giants Real Madrid, and we expect a whole lot for this Moroccan team. And for Brazil, 24 years after, so much expectations is on Brazil. They have won 5 World Cups. 34 years ago was the last time they won the World Cup. 2002, Korea Japan 2002, and Brazil defeated Germany in that game. Tolima and Rivado were their peak in that game, and they won that final against Germany. And since then, they've been looking for ways to win the World Cup again. And it's been end of the road for them is always the quarterfinals. Except for the one they hosted, which we were expecting that they were going to win. That was Brazil 2014 World Cup. So after 2002, Germany 2006 crashed out in the quarterfinals. Um, South Africa 2010 crashed out in the quarterfinals. Then Brazil 2014, they were disgraced by Germany in the semi-final. That was a whitewash of a loss. Like it was really a total whitewash for them in the semi-final. And ever since then, it's always been quarterfinal again. Um, 2014 was when they hosted and they came fourth. 2014, 2018, Russia 2018 quarterfinals, 2022 quarterfinals against Croatia. Last World Cup out, they lost against Croatia um, in the quarterfinals. Now they'll be looking so much. This is the peak of the likes of Vinicius Junior, for Rafinha of Barcelona, Vinicius Junior of Real Madrid. This is their peak, and there will be so much expectations on them to actually deliver. Neymar is past his peak, but then it's part of the team for so much. The fans love him, and there is so much of experience he can add to the team. so much of experience he can add to the. Although he's injured, that he's out of the first game anyways. So will be the onus is on Rafinha and Vinicius to deliver for them. And for Igo, Thiago had a good season with them, Brentford in the Premier League. He will be up front um, alongside maybe Hendrick. Hendrick had a good spell at a loan spell at Lyon, and he got called up. And for the midfield, Gumarash with Newcastle, Bruno Gumarash with Newcastle, and we have a whole lot of the Casemiro is still there, and Marquinhos and Gabriel of Arsenal and Marquinhos of PSG, who just they will both play the Champions League final. They will be at the heart of the defense. And for their coach, Carlo Ancelotti, who is coming from Real Madrid, winning the Champions League for Real Madrid in 2024, and now getting called up to. This is an experienced coach. He's done it with AC Milan. He's done it with Real Madrid, and now people are expecting him to do a good job with the Brazilian national team. There's so much expectations for this team, and we'll see how it goes. For me, the prediction is Sutherland to win 2-0. And for Brazil Morocco, I expect that Brazil win that game 2-1.